at the hearing, I forget her name, was very upset that she did not get the opportunity to speak to Dr. Unison. But she was told, you have until the 18th. You lost your chance. Well, she was unavailable. Well, subpoena the doctor and she'll become available. That's what the judge told her. So the judge finally ruled in my favor.
Were you going to court in the city, like every time?
I have to travel to Livingston Street in Brooklyn every single time. Okay? I travel 95 miles.
You're coming from LBI each time.
Yes, and I have to travel 95 miles once a month to go to the Mount Sinai monitoring program, which is at Robert Wood Johnson Hospital in Piscataway, New Jersey. So eventually, the next hearing is going to be that they have to reimburse me for all my mileage and all my medications. Now, so as I was saying, I was in the hospital, and while I was in the hospital, they had to do a cardiac catheterization. They found some problems with my heart, and I have ventricular tachycardia now. My heart rate, probably right now, is probably about 150, 160. If I was to ask Andrew to go get that black bag, I could probably prove it to you. Put on my pulse ox and my heart rate machine, it'll probably be 150, 160. There's a medication that they want me to take called Renexa. It's a very expensive medication. It's fairly new. It's $4.75 a pill. It would cost me close to $425 a month if I was to pay for it. Now I have no insurance. I'm totally disabled. My wife can't afford it. We can't afford it. We can't make our rent. We have eviction notice on it. There's an eviction notice for us because we can't even pay our rent. And these people are grappling about $35,000. I've spoken to numerous attorneys, friends of mine from Barnegat. I've spoken to my attorneys, obviously, and they said 98% of judgments that are made are abstained. They're kept.
Upheld.
Upheld. That's the word. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're upheld.
Yeah.
The problem is that this could be tied up in courts for another
And that's what they do.
3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is leading us to believe that they are part of AIG because AIG is going bankrupt.
Yeah.
We all know this. AIG is in a lot of trouble. And especially when I got the phone call today from my friend from New York that's working on this for me. And Tappy Phillips is now investigating it. That's where I'm at right now.
They're waiting for it.
They're waiting.
Running out the clock.
Well, the bottom line is, what I could say is, another gentleman in the theater asked me this, and I gave him, he says, why are they waiting so long to give you what you rightfully deserve? You served your country. You know, I don't think he said you served your country, but he said you served. And I told him, I said, what all first responders believe. They're waiting for us to die.
They are.
Well, and it's a money issue. Look what they're doing to the troops.
Right.
The whole vets thing, the
whole
whole
vets
push
thing.
and chain. They talk the talk. They don't walk the walk.
We have no business being in Iraq. The Iraqi war was started to finish what his father started. That's my point on the Iraq war. We don't belong there. We've lost 3,000 troops there. We don't belong in Iraq. That's my point.
I think it was a long-term strategic move. They wanted just to get in there. And have
no
a base, and the oil was good too, and
it's all part of it.
It's
Please tell me more about Ground Zero and what the molten steel was like. What some of the things that you saw.
If you'd like, I'll give you. If you want to hear, I will tell you my story.
I would love to hear. I'm going to speak for everyone. We would love to hear.
Okay. Just let me take another bite of my
Oh, yeah.
Take a few.
It's still very hot, and it's very good.
Yeah. You know what? Want me to turn this off for 5 minutes, and you can eat in peace?
Yeah.
Okay. We're very informal.
I'm used to doing this. I've done interviews with NBC 10, and I'm eating, and...
I saw you guys on... Were you guys on
Doug Schimel, NBC 10 News.
Yeah, and then you know what I'm thinking of?
I'm always on NBC 10.
I saw someone come on MSNBC with a Feel Good red sweatshirt, but it wasn't a first responder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Were you guys on that too?
I've been on MSNBC before.
Yeah, I think I've seen you there too. Were you with John? With John?
With
Yeah,
John. I wasn't on with John, but I've gone on for John.
And were you guys on Rosie?
No, I wasn't. I was John and Glenn.
And Glenn, that's right,
John and Glenn
right.
were with Rosie.
Okay.
And they also did Good Morning America.
Right. I know it seems like you guys start to get a little attention and then it backs off.
This is what bothers us, is that we need to keep 9/11 in the spotlight.
Absolutely.
And
for all sorts of reasons.
And we don't.
Yeah.
But to answer, I forget your first name. Greg. I should remember Greg because I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a movie that I'm in. A movie that I know I'm in because it was filmed at my house. And my good friend Greg Quibell is in that movie with me. And Greg died the day we debuted the movie. First responder.
Oh, yes, I heard.
Save the Grave.
And how many first responders have died now? Isn't it
700 as of yesterday? 733.
Wow.
Since 9/11.
And in that movie tonight that we watched, Alex Jones with Luke Wachowski, 9/11 Chronicles, Truth Rising, the number was in the 200s.
Yes. Right.
And that just came out, what, a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
So we're at 700, and now the extrapolation is going to start.
They said they told us that within between 7 and 10 years, we were going to start seeing the full effects of our health going downhill.
And then I wonder too, the civilian population, will we ever know that, or will that just be mysterious?
This bill that we have in front of Congress is not just for first responders. This is what we're trying to
for everybody. Yes.
It's for the people that live near Ground Zero.
Yes.
It's for the children from the Stuyvesant School that are developing asthma. They're developing nosebleeds. They're developing all sorts of respiratory and cardiac issues. This is for everybody. HR 847 is not just for first responders, it's for everybody.
That lived in the area.
In the area of Ground Zero and the first responders. You live near, the toxic dust went for miles. And I remember thinking when the South Tower collapsed, I outran the collapse. Let me backtrack. First day back from vacation, I go to work. And 20 minutes later, half hour later, I get a phone call. Charlie, you need to coordinate the efforts. We have a plane into the North Tower of the World Trade Center, which was the first tower to get hit. You need to coordinate the efforts on behalf of our company and all private ambulance companies. So I said, fine. I'm responding down. I get to about Canal Street, and I see this plane coming over the Hudson.
Wow.
And just smashing into the South Tower and the fireball that accompanied out of it. I said to myself,
imagine.
Thousands of people just died.
Yeah.
So the language that was over our radios, I won't use here because there are two ladies present. But we were saying
we would have said the same
need
thing.
Mutual aid. We need mutual aid from everywhere. And so we got help. I mean, I remember that evening, but we'll get to that evening. I wasn't even there, and they handed me this gentleman. I get there, they're flagging me down like this, and I told Andrew this. They flagged me down, and they're giving me a gentleman, black gentleman, elevator mechanic, on one of those flat carts, like a Home Depot flat cart.
Yes.
His legs, pardon the expression, ladies, were like spaghetti.
Yeah.
His legs were mangled. The elevator had sheared his legs off. He's bleeding from everywhere. They handed him to me as a patient. So
it wasn't from an explosion. It was from
the elevator. When the plane hit the tower, when the plane hit the tower, the elevators automatically just shot down. It shot an elevator down. It severed all the cables. So all the elevators.
Okay, gotcha.
All the elevators, when the plane hit, the cables got severed. All the elevators crashed. So that in itself was an explosion, and people died. So they give me this gentleman, and they say, behind me is one of my units. So I tell the guy, listen, park my car. I'm going to run this guy into St. Vincent's. I run the guy to St. Vincent's Hospital. I'm not even out of the ambulance. I pull on to 11th Avenue, where St. Vincent's Medical Center is, and there is a sea of stretchers on the sidewalk. The entire sidewalk, even not in front of St. Vincent's, is with stretchers, doctors, nurses, you name it, they're outside. Janitorial teams, everybody's outside.
What time is this?
Administering first aid.
And getting ready for
I remember seeing that on the news. They were waiting.
They were waiting.
And waiting
I
and waiting.
was the third ambulance that arrived at St. Vincent's.
Yeah.
What time is this?
This is right after the second tower had gotten hit.